When we think about the odds stacked against us, it's easy to feel defeated, overwhelmed, or even invisible. It's tempting to believe that the obstacles in our way are insurmountable and that no matter how hard we try, we will always be held back by circumstances, our past, or even our own limitations. But in truth, it is these very challenges that shape us and give us the chance to rise. The journey to defy the odds begins not with external forces, but within us. The questions we ask ourselves can determine whether we stay stuck in fear or find the strength to break free and overcome anything in our path. By asking yourself, what am I afraid of and why? You begin to take the first step toward understanding the very things that are holding you back. Fear often disguises itself as logic or common sense, but when you dig deeper, you realize that it is often built on past experiences, societal pressures, or unspoken expectations. By addressing your fears, you uncover the hidden barriers within yourself and start to reclaim your power. It's only when you confront your fear that you can begin to move beyond it, shifting from a place of limitation to one of possibility. As you stand at the crossroads of your journey, asking, what am I afraid of and why, opens the door to discovering not only your fears, but also the reasons behind them. When you realize that fear is often just a product of false beliefs or outdated narratives, it loses its grip on you. You may find that the fear you've been carrying isn't yours at all. It belongs to someone else, perhaps a parent or society, whose expectations you've internalized. Once you recognize that fear isn't a permanent part of you, it becomes something you can manage, something you can overcome. Fear isn't an invincible force. It's a barrier that we have the power to dismantle. By identifying it, understanding it, and confronting it, you take control of your life and shift the balance of power in your favor. When we challenge the things that scare us, we find courage in the process. And that courage allows us to defy the odds in ways we never thought possible. So the first step in defying the odds is to ask yourself what you're afraid of, and then take the steps necessary to move beyond it. In the search for what truly makes us feel alive, we uncover the deepest parts of our soul. Too often we allow life's demands and responsibilities to drown out the voices inside us that long for joy, passion, and purpose. But when you ask yourself, what makes me feel most alive, you give yourself permission to explore those desires that have been buried by obligations, fears, or doubts. Feeling alive is about tapping into the essence of who you are, the parts of yourself that give you energy, that bring you fulfillment, that make you feel more connected to the world around you. These are not just fleeting moments of happiness, they are the markers of your true self. When you embrace what makes you feel alive, you unlock your potential to achieve things beyond your wildest imagination. These moments of vitality are not random. They are the key to your purpose. And when you follow these passions, you align yourself with a greater sense of purpose, one that allows you to defy the odds by walking in your truth. By embracing what makes you feel alive, you find the courage to fight for what truly matters, and in doing so, you empower yourself to create the life you were always meant to live. The process of defying the odds requires more than just confronting your fears and following your passions. It also involves facing the truths that we often avoid. This can be the hardest part of all. It's not easy to look inward and face the uncomfortable truths we've been running from. These truths may be about ourselves, our relationships, or the paths we've chosen. But it's only when we stop avoiding the truth that we can begin to heal and grow. When you ask yourself, what truth am I avoiding? You take the first step toward embracing the full picture of who you are. The truth is not always pleasant, and it can be difficult to confront. Yet when you face it head on, you free yourself from the grip of denial and self-deception. What lies on the other side of this truth is clarity, understanding, and freedom. You'll see that the path to victory is not just about overcoming external obstacles, but about embracing the internal work that is necessary to achieve real transformation. By acknowledging and accepting the truth, no matter how difficult it may be, you give yourself the power to rise above the odds, ready to face whatever comes next with strength and resilience. Defining the odds is a journey of faith. It requires a belief that something greater than yourself is at work, that the universe is on your side, and that you are capable of achieving more than you ever imagined. But this faith isn't always easy to find. It can be hard to hold on to faith when life feels overwhelming, when it seems like everything is stacked against you. However, when you ask yourself these deep, transformative questions, you begin to see that faith isn't just about belief in something external. It's about belief in yourself. It's about trusting your own abilities, trusting that the courage and strength to overcome are already within you. The faith to defy the odds comes from understanding that your journey is not about perfection, but about progress. It's about taking one step at a time, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. When you hold on to that faith, you begin to see the impossible as just a stepping stone toward your ultimate victory. You learn that victory is not about winning every battle, but about finding the strength to keep going no matter how many obstacles appear in your way. As you continue to explore these questions, what am I afraid of and why? What makes me feel most alive and what truth am I avoiding? You will uncover layers of yourself that you never knew existed. You will find that your fears, passions, and truths are all part of a greater narrative, one that is uniquely yours. And as you face each challenge, as you move through each moment with courage, faith, and strength, you will begin to see that defying the odds is not about being invincible. It's about learning how to rise every time you fall, how to keep going even when the path ahead seems unclear. The odds are not something to fear. They are the very things that shape you, that make your victories all the more meaningful. When you embrace these three eye-opening questions, you begin to unlock the full potential of your life. And in doing so, you defy the odds in ways that are truly remarkable. Fear often distorts reality. It magnifies the unknown and makes us believe that the worst is inevitable. Yet when we confront our fears head on, we often find that they are not as terrifying as they once seemed. What we fear most is not the actual challenge, but our perceived inability to overcome it. By asking ourselves, what am I afraid of and why? We open the door to understanding that the power to overcome fear lies within us. This question forces us to confront the root of our fears, whether it's failure, rejection, or the unknown. It compels us to examine our beliefs, questioning whether they are based on truth or on assumptions we've carried for years. This understanding is the first step toward liberation. When we stop letting fear dictate our choices, we open ourselves to new possibilities. We realize that fear is not a permanent state of being. It's something that can be overcome, something that can teach us valuable lessons about resilience and strength. Once we understand the source of our fear, we begin to realize that we have the ability to dismantle it piece by piece. And when we do, we make room for confidence, courage, and action. As we embark on this journey of self-discovery, we are faced with a second eye-opening question: what makes me feel most alive? This question is more than just a reflection on our passions. It's a deeper exploration of what drives us at a soul level. Too often we get caught up in the routines of life, work, responsibilities, societal expectations, and forget to ask ourselves, what truly makes us feel alive? When we answer this question, we unlock the hidden parts of ourselves that have been waiting to be recognized. These are the aspects of ourselves that bring us joy, energy, and fulfillment. These are the things that connect us to a higher sense of purpose. When you ask yourself what makes you feel most alive, you connect with the essence of who you are. Now, the answer is different for everyone, but the common thread is that it involves activities, relationships, or experiences that light up your spirit. It could be something as simple as a hobby, a relationship, or an activity that brings you peace and joy. When we engage in what makes us feel most alive, we not only feel better about ourselves, but we also begin to radiate positivity. We start attracting opportunities, people, and experiences that align with our true selves. The significance of this question lies in its ability to reconnect us with our passions. Often, as we grow older or face life's challenges, we lose sight of the things that make us happy. We allow external pressures to dictate our choices, forgetting that our internal happiness should be the compass guiding us. Reclaiming the things that make us feel alive is essential for growth and fulfillment. These moments of aliveness are not just fleeting, they are the foundation for building a life that is authentic and meaningful. When we take time to nurture what brings us joy, we find the courage to face the challenges that life throws our way. This joy fuels our perseverance, helping us to defy the odds with a renewed sense of purpose. Feeling alive is not a luxury. It's a necessity for a well-lived life. It's what keeps us grounded in our truth, and when we embrace it, we find strength, clarity, and resilience. So take time to rediscover what makes you feel most alive, and allow those moments to guide you toward a life that feels aligned with your deepest desires.